This is Twit.
Online retailer Amazon is planning to sell a TV box that doubles as a gaming console for less than $300. The information comes from the video game blog VG247, which claims several sources who have been briefed on the hardware. Like Amazon's Kindle tablets, the box will run on Android, according to the report, and the device is being created by Amazon's design subsidiary, Lab 126, according to the Post. Those are the same people who created the Kindle devices, and they're a pretty top-notch outfit. This is kind of we've heard the rumors for a long time, and it's kind of amazing that they're shooting for an under $300 price point. For a gaming system and a TV box, it's pretty low, but Amazon has a history of subsidizing their devices because they're going to make it up from the sale of content. Is this something, do you think Amazon has a prayer of competing in this space against Microsoft and Apple and Google and everybody else?
Well, I mean, if you compare it to something like the Kindle, which the Kindle to me has always seemed like, well, it's kind of a limited thing. It does one thing pretty well, and Amazon is the one that benefits because that's the only place you can buy anything from. But people love their Kindles. Kindle readers are happy folks, and the Kindle has a few different models and has gotten a lot better. So if you kind of compare that to Amazon's version of a TV box that already exists in various different forms, do I want something that's Amazon-based content only? Well, after having something like a Roku where I can use Amazon on demand, I can buy movies, TV shows, that sort of thing, I think, why would I want just that? But Amazon has already proved that for the most part, their customer base doesn't really care. As long as they have Amazon, trust Amazon, one click, easy, you got my information already, I think it would actually be really attractive to a lot of people, especially since they can undercut something like an Xbox price.
It's a good point, and I think Amazon has a number of really powerful advantages. One of them is that there's a lot of confusion around streaming TV. A lot of people don't even know what a Roku box is, a lot of general TV consumers. And there are so many players in this space that it's difficult to understand what's real, what's coming, what's prototype. Is Apple going to come out with the TV? Is their Apple TV going to be upgraded into something more compelling? What's going on? Amazon has 200 million people who are, customers. They have a website. Remember, when they launched the Kindle originally, they had the Kindle advertised, marketed like a hard sell on the very front page of Amazon.com for like a year or more. It was really an aggressive push for all their customers to know everything there was to know about the Kindle, and they succeeded with that strategy. They have 10 million people who subscribe to the $79 a month Prime service, and I think that they have a real shot. Every time Amazon does something radical like this, lots of people say, well, they can't do it. They're not in that business. Mm-hmm. And they always blow everybody away. They're a super smart company. They're very disciplined, and they come out with things that are very compelling and always lead you back to sort of an Amazon-centric view of downloadable content.
Well, and I think you're right that Amazon appeals to a very mainstream user base, and it also appeals to people who are like, I don't really want a bunch of television content apps. I don't really get that. That sounds like a mess to me, and it kind of is, really. I mean, there are people who think it's kind of fun to cobble all of your content together, and then people who say, you know what, Amazon does this really well, and I trust them.
Exactly. Amazon siphons, obviously, at least on the Android platform, all of their video into their own products, right? Like all of their other content, their reader content, their music and everything, you can get on any Android device. But their videos, streaming videos through their online service, you can only get through their devices. Is it better for them, do you think, financially, to only offer that and then expect, however many people, that are going to buy those devices for that video content to be their income? Or does it make more sense for them to just open it up to the entire sea of Android devices? Like I see this and I'm like, okay, I get where they're going. It's kind of a Samsung move. They really believe in their ecosystem and their platform and everything, and they have reason to, but they could benefit so much more if they just open the gates, I think.
Well, but then they have to compete with Google in a more direct way. The way it is now on their Kindle devices, you can't find Google on those devices. They even have their own Whisper Sync service and their Silk browser. They're harvesting data like Google is. They're doing all the things that Google is doing, offering similar types of content. And it's really kind of a shameless exploitation of Android, if you think about it. I mean, Android exists presumably to promote Google services. Mm-hmm. Google tries to be open. That's an open question. But here they are exploiting the Android operating system to just completely ignore Google and offer everything. They're going to do the same thing if this TV box rumor is true. They also have kind of an Apple thing going on where they have multiple gateway drugs into other services. So, for example, Apple, I think Apple's support of the iPod very early on the Windows platform got a lot of Windows people to switch to Macs over a period of years because they would go into the Apple store to see something, get a case for their iPod, and they, ooh, look at all the shiny stuff. And eventually they converted a lot of people. I think Amazon can do that too. They can convert the book people into Kindle people. They can convert the Kindle people into TV people. They can convert the TV people into buy everything at Amazon people. So it's really in their interest in every way to be very, very Amazon exclusive in everything they do because, in fact, they do a lot of stuff and they can provide a lot of services. It remains to be seen that if their TV thing is like the tablets, whether they have the little window of the person, the help support person that pops up on your television set to help you find stuff on TV.